When I started learning SQL, I thought SQL is all about pulling data from the databases and do analysis on that data. But when I realized that 80% of my work was done on SQL using same set of queries over and over, whether it was analyzing sales data, employee attrition analysis, banking data, these 10 SQL queries kept showing up in every project. And once you know them, you will be able to work faster. Hi, I'm Prashant. So today in this video, we'll talk about the top 10 SQL queries which can improve your productivity and efficiency in SQL project and make your analytics journey easier. So let's check it out and see the practical implementation of those 10 SQL queries. Let's see the SQL queries which are mostly used in data analytics. Number one, we have select queries. Select queries used to get the data what you need. So instead of selecting everything, we'll try to retrieve the specific column which is relevant for our data. Let's say we have a table here, select everything from employees. And instead of selecting everything, we'll select the specific column, employee ID, employee name, and salary. That's it. So these are the three column only which we want to retrieve from the data. So let me run this query. So we'll get the relevant data only, that is employee ID, employee name, and salary. So this is the number one query which is most frequently used in data analytics. Number two, we have where clause. So where clause is generally used to filter out the data. So we use where clause to filter the data. Let's see, we have a table here, the same table, that is select everything from employees. And this time we'll filter out the employee name, salary, department, and then we'll use where clause here, where department is IT. So with the help of this query, we'll get the data of those employees who belongs to the department IT. So let's run this query. So we got the data of employees, employee salary, and department IT only. Then number three, we have order by clause. Order by clause is used to sort the data whether in ascending order or descending order. So let's see how it works. Select everything from employees, and in employees we'll get the relevant data only, that is employee ID, employee name, salary from employees. And then we will use order by clause, salary. So let's say we want to sort the salary in ascending order. So we can simply use order by salary, and we don't have to use the ASC, that is ascending, because in SQL, when you do not use ascending keyword, it will automatically, by default, it will sort our data in ascending only. Let's see and let's run this query. So now you can see that our salary is sorted out in ascending order. Although you did not use the ascending keyword, but if you use descending keyword, then our data or our salary is sorted out in descending order. So this is how order by clause work. So now let's see the group by clause and how group by clause works. Let me run my employee table again. So this time we need the data, that is department. I think this is not the department. Yeah, this is department and sum of salary. So group by clause is mostly used with the aggregation, and also I will use the alias as total salary. In this query, we need to find out the total salary of each department. So to solve this query, we'll use the group by clause and we'll group the department on the basis of salary, that is sum of the salary, and then we will use group by clause, group by department. So with the help of group by clause, we can group our data and we can aggregate our data. So here we have the departments and their total salary. Okay, so now we have having clause. Having clause is used to filter out the data, but having clause work on the grouped data only. For example, we need to filter out in our employee data. Let me run my employee table first. So we have an employee table here. We have a salary column, department column. So we need to filter out those department salary where the department's total salary is greater than 6 lakh. So how to do that? So first of all, let me use the group by clause here. First of all, we'll try to use the department here, and we'll use some function here, and then total salary as total salary. Now we'll use group by clause department. And now let me run this query. So we got the salary, total salary of each department. But now our condition is we need to filter out only those departments whose total salary is greater than 6 lakh. So now having clause is used in this case, and having clause will help us to find out those departments whose salary is greater than 6 lakh. So we'll use having clause here, 6 lakh. So if I run this query, so here we get the data. We have two departments only, that is HR and IT, where total salary is greater than 6 lakh. So this is the use of having clause. Okay, now let's see how join works. Join function works to merge the two table on the basis of one common column. So let's see how join works. So here we have two table, select everything from customers, and if I run this table, we have a details like customer ID, customer name, city, segment, and age. And now let's run the another table. We have order table, select everything from orders, and then we have orders, that is order ID, customer ID, order amount, order date, and product. So if we notice these two tables, we have one common column, that is customer ID. In the order table we have customer ID, and in the customer table also we have customer ID. So that means we can merge these two table on the basis of one common column. So to merge these two table, we'll use joins here. So let's see how it works. So let me create a joins here. Customer C. So C is the alias here. I'll use join orders O on the basis of C dot customer ID equals to O dot customer ID. So customer ID is the common column between the tables, between the two tables. So we can easily join these two tables now. So let me run these tables now. So now as you can see that our both the tables are merged now. So let's get the relevant data only. So we have the segment. So let's see if we need to find the total order amount of each segment. So how we'll get that? We'll use C dot segment comma sum of O dot order amount. I will alias it as total order. And then we will use group by clause here because we have used the aggregation C dot segment. Now let's run this query. So we get the relevant data, that is segment and their total orders. So this is how join works. All right. So now let's see subqueries. So subquery means a query inside a query. And how it works, let's see, we have a table here, select everything from employees. And we need to filter out the salary of those employees whose salary is greater than the average salary of all the employees. So how to do that? So first of all, let's try to find the average salary of all the employees. The average salary of all the employees, that is 57,000. So we need to find out those employees salary whose salary is greater than 57,230. So how to do that? We'll create the outer query, that is employee ID, employee name, then we have salary from employees where salary is greater than the average salary. So this average salary will keep this query as an inner query, and this will be as an outer query. So if we run this table, then we get the salary of those employees, or we get the record of those employees whose salary is greater than the average salary of all the employees. All right, then we have window functions. So window functions are used for advanced analytics, and window functions are very, very important in SQL. So let's see how it works. So first of all, we need to understand what are window functions, what are their purpose. So we have one table here that is employees, and in this employee table, we need to create a window that is, we can say we need to create a column that is rank. We need to assign a rank on the basis of what? We have a department IT, and we need to filter out the department of, I mean, we need to filter out all the employees of each department, and we need to assign the rank of those department on the basis of salary. I mean, the employee whose salary is highest, that employee should have rank 1, and this should be assigned on each department. So that means we have to create a window, separate window of each department, that is IT, then sales, then HR, then finance, then marketing. And of each department, we have to sort the employees on the basis of highest to lowest salary. So let's see how we can do that. We'll filter out the employee ID, employee name, then we have their salaries, then we have their departments. And then we will use the window functions from here. We'll use a rank function here, then we will use over partition by department, because we have to do the partition on the basis of department, and then on after doing partition we have to order the salary in increasing order, I mean descending order, and we'll alias this column as a rmk. Now let's run this query. So the query has successfully completed. So here we can see the finance department is, all the employees of finance department are sorted in descending order as per their salary. I mean the highest salary has assigned rank 1, then rank 2, then rank 3. So as the salary is reducing, we can see the rank is also increasing. So this is how we can sort the complex problem in SQL. So the same thing is happening with HR department also. The employee who has the highest salary in the HR department has is assigned with rank 1, then rank 2, then rank 3. And the same thing we can see in all the department. We have created a separate window, and each department employee salary is sorted with in descending order, and the highest salary is assigned with rank 1. This is how the window function works. Okay, now let's see how date function works. Date function generally used for the time-based analysis or monthly sales trend. So let's say we have a table here that is orders, and let's run this table first. So in this order table, we have a order amount, product, order date, and customer ID and order ID. So in this table, we need to find out the total order amount on the basis of months. So how to get that? Let's see. We'll extract the month from the order date, first of all. Then we'll calculate the total order amount as total amount. Now I will use group by clause also, and also I will alias it as a months. And now let's run this query. So now we can see that all the month has a total amount. January total amount this much, and here we have February, March, April, May, June, July. So this is how date function works. Okay, at last we have case statements. So case statements are generally used to create a new column on the basis of any specific condition. For example, we have a table that is employees, and in this table I want to create a new column using case statements, and I want to assign the salary status to each employee. I mean, if the salary is greater than 50,000, so those employees should be marked as a high salary. And those salary which are less than 50,000, so those employees should be marked as a low salary. And let's see how we can do that. So we have a table here. Let me take the relevant column only: employee ID, employee name, then we have salary. Now we'll use case statements here. When salary greater than 50,000, then mark it as high salary, else low salary, and as salary status. So salary status will be the name of a new column. So now let's run this query. So here we got the salary status, and the employee who has a salary less than 50,000, so those are marked as a low salary, and the employee who has a salary higher than 50,000, those are marked with high salary. So this is how it works. If you master these SQL queries, 80% of your task would be easier. All right. So I hope you have enjoyed this session. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have a good day.